Welcome to our third lecture of Adobe Photoshop training from Zero to Pro. So from this lecture we are going to discuss in detail about every tool that we can use and its advanced property that can be utilized in many ways. So starting off with our selection tools, what selection tool can do except for making selections. So I will press File, New, and from this menu you have different options to create your canvas or document, whatever you want to say it. So we can do our last clipboard size, or we can do custom, or we can have the name here, like I'm going to selection tool and its width and height. It depends on you, whatever you want to do it. I will start with 500 by 500, so the document should not exceed, and the resolution will be 100. And make sure that the color mode you are working should be RGB, red, green and blue, not grayscale, because we are going to do work in RGB. Background contents could be white, black, or background color, whatever you want to apply it. So I'm going to go with the white one. Great. So I have a document here which is white. So with the selection tool, like we have discussed, this rectangle marquee tool, what can it do? Make selections, that's it? No, it can make selections, it can cut document, it is used to select a specific part of an image or some vector if it is rasterized, or it can use to make shapes. But you have to be aware of layers, how layers work. We will take it in the future, but for now, let's suppose I am making an elliptical marquee tool. When I draw it, it is not a proper circle. You can make it a proper circle just by holding the command key, or sorry, shift key, and it will become a proper circle holding down the shift key. And while holding the shift key, if I want to move this selection, I will press the space key and I can move all the selection from where or to where I want to be placed at. So right now I'm in the middle of the document and I will release this selection. Now I have two options. I can create a new layer from here. Here's the new layer, and now the selection is on the new layer, not on the background layer. So I can fill the selection with a color. Let's suppose I'm going to fill it with the black. Okay, alt and backspace to fill the foreground color. Now again we have learned that we can use the shift key to add content to our selection. So I'm going to add shift key to add selection, and I can do the minus key to subtract from selected area. So I'm going to press shift, and again I will press space and move it a bit higher. Now if I want, I can do it on the same layer, but it is a good practice in Photoshop to make layers for every object, so you do not mess with the other object. So I'm going to make a new layer, and I'm going to again fill it, alt backspace, and fill it with the black color. Now okay, sorry, my bad. I'm going to create a new layer, okay, and draw the circle here, shift, pressing the shift key and alt backspace. Now what I can do is I can easily control D, easily move this wherever I want to move, just like I am going to move it here. Now again come to the main app, select move tool. When you are selecting, you can press the control or you can press the alt key to make a duplicate copy of the object. It is a function of the move tool that I'm going to undo it. If you want to make a copy of this, you can either go to right click and duplicate layer, it will make a duplicate layer, or if you want to make a copy of this layer exactly like this, you can press the move tool, press the alt key and drag the object and it will make the copy of that object. Simple. Now you can see what move tool and selection tool can do. Now come to another part. If I want to make two eyes or two holes in here, simply what I can do is go to the selection tool, press the alt key. Okay, maybe I had control D. Press the alt key. I'm going to move this one. I have to make selection. Okay, I missed the part. To make a selection again, just control click or command click on that layer and it will select the object boundaries. So now I can go here and I can press the alt key and it is going to subtract from this shape layer. Okay, that area is now subtracted from this selection. If I press the alt and delete option, sorry, I can fill it with another color. Something is going wrong. Let me undo this. Okay, we have this area and I want to add another hole, so I can just select it and I can just delete from here. Again, make another eye and delete it here too. So this is the main selection tool. Let me revise this tool for you. You can make a selection. You can fill the selection by the foreground color or the background color, and you can move the selections. You can copy the selection by selecting the move tool and pressing the alt key to make a copy. You can again make a selection of the selected layer like this. I am going to make the selection again around this object just by pressing the control key and clicking here, and you can place another selection here and you can fill it again or delete it and cut it and copy it. So that's all for today. Thank you for watching.